Alright, chat. So basically, right, we're on Ghoul Read today. So I've been seeing a whole bunch of people in game and just in general on one of my shorts ask, "Oh yeah, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do as a Ghoul? What do I do as a CCG?" This video is gonna be a Ghoul video. So I'll do the CCG later because CCG is a little more tedious because you need materials for your blueprints and all that other stuff. But I'll talk about that in CCG. So basically, as a Ghoul, when you're starting off, or when you spawn in, you are going to be freezing. You're gonna spawn in butt booty ass naked on this game, bro. So your character is gonna say that it's cold. So I'm pretty sure the game forces you to do the little tutorial, but a lot of people forget. I'll probably link the Trello in the description. Actually, no, I will do that for y'all. Y'all got that. But yeah. So basically, if you don't remember, you press P, and then you're gonna see everything. You're gonna see the art studio, which we'll talk about later. You're gonna see everything that you need to go to the events. But we'll also get to that in a short minute, because progging in this game isn't hard. Like people just need to they just need a little clarification as to what they need to do. So, like I said, when you spawn in, you're gonna be like basically in boxers, my nigga. So you're gonna wanna press P and then find the clothing store or on Take Me. I can't lie, it doesn't really matter which one because all of the clothings are 50 yen, which is the currency in this game. So you can go to the clothing store, get yourself some actual drip, or you can go to the Onteku bar and get yourself some waiter drip, whichever one y'all want to do. Now, basically, after you do that, which I'll probably fast forward me going to Onteku in a minute, but once you reach Onteku, you're gonna wanna, which is another thing that I've seen a lot of people not do. Your hunger bar as a ghoul is basically your second HP bar. You always want to keep that full or max before you go into any fight. Or if you think you're nice, if you at least have it at half, that's perfectly fine. As long as you're able to regen. Because one thing ghouls are dependent on in this game is regeneration. So yeah, definitely go to Onteku, go to the girl at the bar, and fill your bar up with the coffee that she gives you. Fill your hunger bar. That is your second HP bar. You're gonna see what I'm talking about with the regeneration. I'll probably get myself hit by an NPC on purpose just to show you the regeneration. Yeah, let's just go over here to show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. See, I regen that immediately. Now, obviously, I have items on, I have drops on, I have everything. But um, as you progress, your hunger bar is gonna, become like less dependent. Well, not really less dependent, but like when you're starting off, to get your cognate, by the way, when you're starting off, you need 5,000 RC. Now, 5,000 RC is not hard to get at all. Like it's actually not. So one strat that I did with my friends was that I boosted them basically, and I know that sounds crazy. It's not bannable or anything, obviously. So chill on me. You could basically just go to the CCG boss and have your friend kill it, and then you consume their body, and yeah, and then you get the rewards after in the little box. Make sure you stay for the present box because you could get you have a chance to get some fragments which you can consume for RC, and fragments in this game when you consume them give you a boatload of RC. If you get lucky enough to get like 3 fragments, you're basically getting your cognate off it. So oh, perfect. So yeah, that's another thing. Events, accept the events, bro. Unless you're scared to go into PD, which in my opinion you should never be scared to go into PD, because all people do really is hide. Unless you're a max rank and you want to fuck around, bro, like just hide, bro. You can hide around the map. You could go to the corners of the map. You could jump it, or you could jump up in a tree. Just make sure that you're not near any NPC spawns when you're going AFK. And that's another thing. Don't go AFK in this game, bro. Like like between me and y'all, bro. Do not go AFK in this game. I'm about to run away from this shit though because I'm trying to talk and I'm not trying to box. But while I'm talking, it kind of fucks me up. But yeah, I'll probably let them take that shit. But yeah, anyways though, basically there are also those little events thing you're gonna see around the map when you press P. Starting off, you could do that. Feel me? Yeah, you see the CCG rolling up. I could really beat them niggas up, but I'm not trying to do that right now. But yeah, you could. Oh, actually no. I just rolled back on my thought. So basically, right? Oh, perfect. So when you do a quest, you're gonna see these little presents fall from the air, and he just took it all. But basically, in these little present boxes that fall from the sky, you're gonna be able to. Well, there's a chance for fragments to spawn, and I can't lie. Even though they give you basically what you need to prog, they're not hard to drop in the presents. Like they're really not hard at all to get in the present boxes. So yeah, I could probably go over there and like show y'all what the fuck I have. By the way, I have Takizawa. I got V2, which I'll also talk about V2 in a minute. But yeah, anyways, so you're gonna go to the job board when you're starting off, and if you want to get EXP fast, you could look for the hard bosses fighting quest. Basically, what that quest is that the boss they're gonna two bosses are gonna spawn and they're gonna be randomized, and those bosses are gonna fight each other. What you can do is that you could damage both of the bosses, do a decent amount of damage to both of the bosses, and then after that, you could let them fight each other and then kill each other. You will have a chance to get a boss drop. Yes, it is actually free. That's what I've been trying to explain all along. This game is not hard. Another thing is, I know a whole bunch of people struggle against these NPCs to fight that you have to fight off rip. I can't lie, all you do is parry trade, but if you're getting jumped, you could like lure them into like a little 1v1 situation. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Taki's always clean. But anyways, as I'm fighting these things, I'll explain to you guys another thing. So I already explained hunger, I'm pretty sure, and how essential it is, and it's your second HP bar basically as a ghoul. But another thing is that you need you need to get your mask, and that's what I don't know if well, I'm pretty sure a lot of YouTubers talk about this too, but you need to get your mask. And why is this kid beating me up? Hate this server. But yeah, chat. I promise y'all I'm not ass. But yeah, he just happens to be beating me up right now with beats, by the way. Oh yeah, that's another thing. A lot of a lot of people when they come to games like this where there's a whole bunch of legendary rarities and things like that, they're gonna ask, "Oh yeah, what's the best thing for PvP? What's the best thing for farming? What's the best thing for this? What's the best thing for that?" In my humble opinion, when it comes to games like this, there is no best anything. There probably is something best for farming. There probably is something best for this, but I personally don't think there is because you could perform with almost anything in this game as long as you're good. As long as you make it good, you can perform with damn near anything in this game. For example, Takizawa, there are definitely there are definitely a lot of Kaguni's that are more broken than others. Takizawa was definitely up there with its combo potential. Right now I have V2, but even in version 1 it's retarded. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You could just run away from these stuff and get the loot crate. I actually got lucky and spawned in over here. Yeah, but there was nothing in here anyways. He might have taken it all, but it looked like there's nothing in there. But yeah, I personally don't think that there's like, oh my gosh, there's a best or like there's a worst because you can perform with anything on this game. Like like it really gets to a point. But I feel like there are things that are better than others though, for sure. Like I say for CCGs, that shit is retarded, bro. You can't tell me I say is not retarded. If you tell me it's not retarded, you're gay. Like it doesn't really matter. Takizawa, yes, it's retarded, but I don't really complain about things like that in PvP games, so you know. So you'll never hear me complain about that. But yeah, they are retarded though. So now, if you're wondering, the rest of the exps that you need, which I'm pretty sure that while I was talking earlier, already went and basically showed you guys inside on Take You and the person that you could talk to check your progression, and it's the person all the way to the right corner where the clothes are. You're gonna talk to her. I'll probably go back there and show you guys, but I'm pretty sure you could go back in the video if you didn't see, or if it went over your head while you were listening to me. And you're gonna see all the exps that you need. Also, you don't have to attend a permadeath event to get permadeath exp, which is pretty like weird to me. Which is why I find the game extremely easy, because you would think that they would be strict with something like that. And another thing is that permadeath is something that happens every hour. Or like the event is something that happens every hour, but not in every server, which is another thing. You really want to join populated servers. If you want to grind in peace and do that, you could join like a low server, farm some farm the missions that I told y'all about. But oh yeah, nothing's also wrong with you guys taking the route from going easy to hard. But if you just want to get EXP fast, you could do the bosses fighting hard quest. The CCG boss will definitely give you guys a run for your money. Um, unless you know how to parry trade. If you know how to parry trade, then you're straight. Like I'm not worried about you at all if you know how to parry trade. But yeah. And actually, before I go and fight that CCG boss, basically gonna come up here, and you see how my hunger bar is almost depleted. So you're gonna talk to her. I'd like to get some coffee, please. Yep. And then you're gonna keep on talking to her until you get max hunger. Like I said, hunger is if you do not have hunger as a ghoul, you're signing yourself up for basically suicide. You're running on a suicide mission if you go to fight other people, and even if you go to fight NPCs, multiple. But yeah, that's your second HP bar. Make sure you always fill it before you go do whatever you want, because you don't know when you could get jumped at any moment, which is what happens in this game a lot. Ask anybody, or you've probably experienced it yourself. But yeah, you come to Hanazuki or whatever, check rank up requirements. Here's the rank up requirements. Yeah, PD survive completed. Like I said, you don't need to survive an actual permadeath in order to get EXP for the permadeath survive. For some odd reason, if you do an event, if you participate in any event, you get permadeath EXP or you get permadeath points. Which also I'm gonna jump to I'm gonna kind of jump over to the Ghoul point exchange. Um, Basically, the Ghoul point exchange is are basically points in game that you could convert to get dev products. As you can see here, these are the lines of dev products that cost Robux. Ain't nobody want to use Robux on this game, but it's whatever. And yeah, so you're gonna see here the rarities. I have Takizawa. A lot of people want Edo because it's getting a V2 soon. And yeah, so you could do that and roll your Kagune and get whatever you want. I can't lie, the rarities in this game, they're kind of capped, because in any other game, I'm pretty sure legendaries in this game are only 4%. Hold on, let me double check just to clarify. Yeah, legendaries in this game are, oh yeah, they're 3%. I promise you, it took me a minute just to get, actually no, it took me like 7 rolls to get Takizawa, but even then, it was just, it was just aids in general. Oh yeah, by the way, a little tip for parry trades against these bosses is that when you see them glow yellow, that means they have hyper armor. A lot of games have started to do that of late. Like hyper armor has always existed, in PvP games, but now they're actually showing us, like, having the little highlight is getting a lot more populated in just games in general. But like I said, basically just like you could basically practice parry trading against these bosses. I'll also get to skill trees in a minute, but yeah, you can practice parry trading against these bosses. But yeah, so you can practice parry trading, and like I said, this game is really PvP oriented. Because you could get jumped at any moment, and on top of that, as you rank up, getting EXP will be a lot more difficult. So as you rank up, I highly advise that you just start killing people, like actual players. It could be ghouls, CCG players, but they need to, but like not just any players. Like I don't want y'all to like kill freshies and get no EXP and then say, oh yeah, but he told me this. No, like you need to kill actual people that have like EXP, like a lot of RC just like like bro, don't be pussy, bro. But yeah, anyways, now we're gonna go to the skill trees. So it's on the Trello, but I'll basically explain it in the video. Strength gives you more M1 damage. Dexterity gives you more a lot of people say speed, but it's not necessarily speed. I'm pretty sure what it says on the Trello is that dexterity gives you what is it? The okay, somebody's fighting Noro. By the way, this is AIDS, but you could just parry it, so I'm not really worried about that. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's another thing though. So as you can see, I got a luck of the draw. I got Noro. What you can do is that you can simply have them fight each other. You could also simply get your get your damage in on them, and and you see, I'm getting my damage in on Noro, but I'm pretty sure the Arima boss is gonna lose this fight, unfortunately. But yeah, Noro happens to be one of the bosses that you could get some drops from. Like for example, I could actually show y'all right now. I actually have his I have his little garments on. Going to equipment. Yeah, I have his garments on right now. Oh, and I got the bloody cape. Look at that. So yeah, I got his jacket. Well, a Yomo's jacket. But you get it from Noro for some odd reason. But yeah, this is just Exhibit A basically. But yeah, like I said, parry trading is everything in this game. If you don't know how to parry, then you're signing yourself up for failure. But if you want to get good at parrying, like I said, all you could just practice on the bosses. It's really not hard. But yeah, ranking up though. Actually, yeah, ranking up. So we already talked about how you could go to Onteku and talk to whatever her name is and look at your progression, what you need to get to the next rank. But not only that, um, you actually, but when you rank up for the first time, you actually need to go to the mask shop. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that, 7,000 RC from the fragments and the sacks. They're really good. Like when you get to the rank where you could devour them, use all of them that's in your inventory. Trust me, it's going to bless you because you're going to need it for your V2, which I'll explain your V2 in a minute. So for your rank up requirements, when you have them completed, there's going to be a little thing that pops up. Like there's going to be a little the same white letters are going to pop up saying, "Oh yeah, you have you have gotten to S rank, or you have gotten to B minus, well, not B minus, but you have gotten to C rank. But basically, when you rank up for the first time, you're gonna want to go all the way over to the art studio. Just use the fast travel. Like, it's not worth it, bro. Just use the fast travel. I'm not even gonna get any food, bro, because if I get attacked, bro, I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, just use the fast travel. It's 500 yen. You can just go over. So yeah, you definitely want a mask. If you don't have a mask, the CCG are going to be able to put a bounty on you and hunt you. That's how you get a free ticket to getting jumped, bro. You never want to do that to yourself. Trust me, bro. I've gotten jumped, but I've gotten jumped by shitters and I've won. But there are dead ass some people who like live by jumping on this game, and that's a mass majority of people. So never do that to yourself. Hop over to the art studio, get yourself a mask. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna add more masks as this week goes on because they're planning on doing a major update um by Friday because they delayed the last one, as y'all as I've heard. I'm sure y'all have heard before, which is actually a code. I'm pretty sure the code is sorry for the delay or sorry for delay. It gives you 500 gold points. Definitely use that before it expires. But yeah, you're gonna want to come here, get a mask, put it on. So they're not able to like put a bounty on you because as you can see, it gives you like a random title or like name that's not your actual in-game name, as you can see, and it also shows you your rank next to your little title. So yeah, that's definitely a good perk. Obviously, I've seen a lot of players get the living shit jumped out of them because they didn't have their mask on. They were just progging normally. Yeah, never do that to yourself. But anyways, after you finally slaved away and got in your cognate, which not really, it's not really slavery. You could just like it's not hard. I basically already gave y'all insight on the strat. For your V2, you need to eat a bunch of fragments. You need to eat a bunch of fragments and cognate sacks, but mainly fragments because that's what your cognate like mainly resides off of. You need to eat fragments. So while you're eating those fragments and stuff, you'll never really know how much you have. I never knew how much I had myself because I actually just recently got Taki V2, but I know for a fact that I've had the requirements for like the amount of fragments that I've eaten for a long time, a very long time at that. So, um, yeah, but the main thing that people don't know is that to get your V2, you need to kill. Well, you need to cannibalize or basically devour another ghoul player, but it can't just be any ghoul player. It needs to be a ghoul player that has at minimum at least 1/3 of your RC cells. If they don't have that, you're not gonna get it. I just the first person that I happened to kill was some random Edo player. I got lucky and he happened to have 1/3 of my RC cells. So, and then I got Taki V2, which as you can see is retarded. So but yeah, that's also another thing. It's really not hard. I'm pretty sure I missed something for that. I'm pretty sure you also need uh you oh yeah, no. You just need RC cells in general, which you're gonna get after you devour every NPC, every player, every person, it doesn't matter. So yeah, you guys are probably gonna have that way before you even realize you need it. And yeah, so anyways, let me get to skill tree. So the skill tree, like I already said, oh yeah, mastery. Um Mastery is definitely good to have because I'm pretty sure. Oh, let me pull it up real quick. Mastery also because I already went into strength and dexterity, but I'm pretty sure dexterity, what it does is that it gives you like more of like a dash window, like your little perfect dodging window. I'm pretty sure that's what dexterity does. It's pretty useful, but the thing is that dexterity skills are actually really good because they're actually harder to parry than the strength skills. The only thing is that what I can say about strength is that um you could you could definitely utilize strength skills by like mixing up your opponent. I'm using strength for Taki because if I catch somebody in a soaring blow and then leg sweep them, I basically get a free combo with anything for V2, for my Taki V2, and even Taki V1. It's just manslaughter, so you know. But you could go on the Trello, which I'm gonna link below, and look for yourself if you guys don't already have the Trello. But yeah. So mastery though, uh, mastery is definitely something good to have just in general. Not even for the skills from mastery itself, but just the passives you could get from mastery. I'm pretty sure mastery is definitely like very useful for ghouls more than it is CCG. So that's definitely a good thing to know. And mastery also increases skill damage. That is very good because in my personal opinion, um CCG, not saying that ghouls aren't also combo like warriors or like Kagunes aren't combo oriented. CCG is way more combo oriented than ghouls and their Kagunes. Com- like comparing and contrasting almost any weapon, any base weapon as a CCG, and any base Quinque, or you know any other Quinque that you could get. Ghouls just, I mean CCGs just have like more combo potential, and that's very detrimental to ghoul players because they're gonna be chipping away, like they're gonna be chipping away at your hunger bar, which is your second health bar, and after that you don't regen anymore. But but the upside to that is seeing as ghoul players for your skills, which is what everybody uses in this game, we're gonna be doing more of a damage output than CCG players because CCG players, like I said, reside on combos more, and they're gonna do a lot of damage to ghouls in general because that's what Quinques are made for. But ghoul players are gonna do a lot of damage to them skills wise. At the end of the day, they're gonna out damage them. They're going to outdamage them. So it's definitely good to have some skill points in mastery. The max amount of skill points that you can have in this game are 50. When you hit max rank, that's the max amount. So definitely put in your skill points wisely. And even if you mess up with your skill points, just remember you could do events and use codes obviously because they drop codes every now and then. And you could get gold points and you could exchange it in for a skill point reset and you know, always mix and match your build, or you know, find out what's best for you. So yeah, there's always that. You could always do that. Now events, let's jump to events. Events are not difficult. Like, you don't need to run away from a permadeath event per se. Let's just start with permadeath. For permadeath events, almost every player in this game, starting off or even decently high ranked, don't does not want to get wiped by anything. They don't want to take the chance unless you know your comp and you got into that point. Like I'm not gonna flex, but like I'm not gonna run and hide every time a permadeath event comes around. But starting off, if you want to get permadeath exp and you know just like complete the quest early, you could just hide in the tree. Like for example, look right here. Just run up and just like jump up in a tree and you're fine. And this is like at the corner of the map, which is actually a perfect place. You could come up here and then just run right here and then AFK right here. Make sure you have your mask on so they're not actively locating you. You're fine. Like you could hide for the permadeath event and then you could get that EXP. You could get everything. It's not hard. Now, participate in events. Participate in events because you want the experience of PvPing in this game because, like I said, it's mainly PvP oriented. As you rank up in this game, EXP dwindles. Like it gets significantly less. You get significantly less EXP as you go along doing missions, which are the safest way, but not the best way. The best way is to kill other players like yourself because they have a whole bunch of RC on them and they give you a whole bunch of EXP when you kill them. That's another route. It also makes you better at any game you play, which is another tip I have for PvP games. Always fight people. It doesn't matter how much stronger they are than you. Always fight people to get better at the games. That's what I tell everybody, and clearly it works. But yeah, PvP in this game is low-key self-explanatory. I barely see anybody utilize fainting in this game, even though it's a really good mechanic. It's because everybody's trying to parry off of instinct, so you could definitely take advantage of that. Also, dash behind players block. That's another pro tip. Like, you could do that in any game, and it helps you because it disables them blocking. But seeing as this is a parry-based game, they could always turn around and parry you. But you can just keep on circling around their block, and it's annoying for them to counteract. Um, any other tips or facts that I need to let y'all know? You could utilize the fast travel even when you're in an event. Obviously, you can't use it when you're in combat, but yeah, as a as a ghoul, it's not hard to rank up in this game at all as a CCG or a ghoul. I can't lie. From my experience of being on this game, even in CC, it's not hard. CC was like way more active with like scrapping and stuff, but like now that it's released, it's just a whole bunch of people jumping each other. Not that it was, not that it wasn't already people jumping each other in CC, but like y'all know what I mean. Also participate in the birdcage event. I don't know why people duck the birdcage event. If you die in the birdcage event, you don't get wiped, bro. Like like you might get a permadeath event, like EXP thing, but you don't get wiped. It's not permadeath, bro. Participate in that, get better at the game. And yeah, I'll probably make a CCG how to how to prog as a CCG video later on. But yeah, that's really all there is for Ghoul. It's not complicated to rank up. It's not complicated to get XP. It's not complicated to do anything. I basically gave y'all the strat, so I hope you utilize it. And yeah, that's basically all for me. And actually probably kill this. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The dexterity skill tree is harder. I'm pretty sure I said this already, but it's harder to parry compared to any other skill tree. And you can see how much damage he's doing to me because I don't have my hunger bar. And what the hell just happened? But yeah, that I guess that's what would be happening from time to time. But yeah, he was low-key beating me up right there. But my friends are some shit right now. But yeah, basically that's all there is to it though. You know, like and subscribe and share with your friends or whatever if you guys want some more insight on games like this. I'll also be posting some videos on like upcoming games like Seraph, Silverbound, and more. Those are some comp games that are coming out. Extremely skilled. Games like this, but it's not gonna be like type soul oriented like how this game is. I low-key hate type soul. That's just my opinion though. Like I've played it, obviously I've participated in Clan Wars, done all that. I've gotten on the ranked leaderboard and I've done all that shit. But yeah, I just hate type soul oriented games. It's just not fun PvP wise for me. But yeah, if y'all want to see more content, if y'all want more insight on games like this, just like, comment, subscribe, and share. I want to grow this community, grow this channel. Yeah. All right. Later, chat.